everyone, I'm feeling much better today, so I thought I'd come at you with a little weight loss real talk video. So today I wanted to share my top 5 tips for losing weight. Now you might hear this and you might be like, I tried that before, that's not gonna work for me, that's stupid, I don't like that, I don't want to do that at all. And that's fine, because what works for one person doesn't necessarily work for another. These are just things that worked for me, and maybe you'll listen to it and you'll be like, oh, I never thought of that before, let me try doing that. And it might be miraculous for you, or it might not, and that's okay. So I've lost 55 pounds. Actually, between me and you is 54.6, but we're just gonna round up. Can we just round up? Hopefully by tomorrow, which is my weigh-in day, I will be at 55 down, or maybe a bit more, hopefully, God willing, but you know, it's fine if not. I'm just gonna say for right now that I am 55 pounds down. Anyways, it's quite a number either way. So I just wanted to share the top 5 things that helped me get here. All right, so let's get into it. My first tip is to go to meetings. Yes, if you're on Weight Watchers, I would highly suggest getting the option with meetings, because I love going to meetings, and this was a game changer, and this was definitely what helped me get here and lose all of this weight. Because when you go to meetings, you finally have people that get it, people who are in the same boat as you are. You might not have that around you. You might not have anyone who's on a weight loss journey or understands this struggle at all. But when you go to these meetings, suddenly it's like you're with your people who understand, people who can offer you help and tips and blah 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 and all that good stuff that you need, that you're not getting from anywhere else. And don't we have that? We have different people for different needs. Like the stuff you're getting from your best friend, you're not gonna get that from your husband, or stuff that you're getting from your siblings, you're not gonna get from your church friends, you know? So you have different people for different things. You have this weight loss crew, this weight loss group that gets this part of your life. And meetings are so awesome, because you go in and you're suddenly accountable to that skill, and you have to show up because the guide wants to see you. I don't know if they do or not, but that's what they say. And you're like, my leader wants to see me, all these people want to see me, and I want to see them. I want to see her. I want to see her. I don't really want to see her, but I do want to see him. So it just becomes so much fun. And I know we have this preconceived notion, we see it on TV, and when you're watching TV or any of these shows, you see what's supposed to represent AA or NA or something like that. I don't know, I haven't been to it in real life, just what I've seen on TV. Even they have a Weight Watchers type meeting on one TV show, and it's always so serious, and people are in circle and they're talking, and I get it for again, I haven't been to AA or anything, but I would assume that's a bit, or NA, it would be a bit more serious, so I get that. But maybe that's what we're thinking that Weight Watcher meetings are, and they're not. They're so much fun. People are laughing, people are having a good time. People meet their besties there. They make a walking group, and you just make a group and you go walking on certain days, and people have met their partners or significant others. One guy in my meeting a long time ago said that's where he proposed to his now wife, in a meeting. Yeah, so you never know what you're gonna get there. It's just a good time. You're gonna get that support you need, and people to encourage you, and people to say, okay, keep going. And it's just really good. I have definitely wanted to quit 500% twice, and both times I talked to someone in my meetings and they talked me out of quitting. That's what I needed. Or someone will just say something. You might be in a bad mood, and someone will just say something, and it's exactly what you need to hear that day. It just hits so hard. One guy in my meetings one time said, no one's forcing you. He was talking about himself, but you know how you're oh, and I said this to myself, blah, 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 blah. But he was no one's forcing you to eat. And that just really hit home to me. And I think about that all the time. No one's forcing me to eat. I just have that playing, and that really helps. All these years later, I don't think he even knows that he helped me that much. But yeah, some people will say stuff, and you don't have to talk. You don't have to, no one, there's this other notion that like, oh, your weight will be everywhere. No, your weight is private between you and the person weighing you in. And honestly, the person who weighs you in, they don't even remember 2 seconds when you're gone. They don't even remember what your weight was. But it's just like so good just to go to these meetings. It's like a relief, and it's like your own personal time. You're just hanging out with a bunch of friends. It's really fun. I totally encourage you to go. And I'm really lucky because where I live, there are like I have options for meetings to choose. I can choose my leader, I can choose the day I go on, I can choose the location, but a lot of people don't have that, sadly. And that's just a shame. Or they'll be like, oh, I went to one Weight Watcher meeting once, and not, but that's okay. You don't have to go to a Weight Watchers meeting. There's a whole community online. Like Dish with D has a great community on her channel. Check that out. Or you can just, there's like so much support online. Just look online and you will find a group or some people. It doesn't even have to be a group. It can be one person who relates to you, and you are guaranteed to find them online. Or trying to think of other ways. Bumble, go on Bumble BFF. Yes, Bumble has an option for like finding friends, and you can just say like, hey, I'm trying to look for a weight loss buddy, an accountability buddy, and I guarantee there will be someone on there. Or like you can go to a gym, or like gyms have like those classes. I remember when I was going to 24-hour fitness, I would go to Zumba classes, and we all became like, they were like regulars, and we would all become friends, and we would all do it. And I was going there not just for the workout, but because like I want to see these girls, and I feel like I'm accountable to them, and it's just a good time. So there are other avenues. You don't have to just look at Weight Watcher meetings. There are other ways to find like a group. Anyways, that's enough. Oh yeah, that's definitely enough on meetings. Second, that was a lot on meetings, sorry, but yeah. My second tip is, I like talk so much about meetings. Well, even was my second tip. My second tip is, I'm like trying to think, what was my second tip? Okay, so my second tip is to set challenges. Like right now, I'm on a Lean for Halloween challenge, and I usually start it like beginning of September, and my goal is to lose 10 pounds come Halloween. Do I always lose 10 pounds within that time? No, but I do lose more than I normally would otherwise. My former leader, one thing, she was like big on challenges, and one thing she would like for us to do was to write down like, okay, so I want to, you know those big boards that Weight Watchers has, and then they're always like writing stuff on it. So we would go up there and we would write down how much we wanted to lose, and people loved this because they would have it on the back of their mind, this challenge. And it was just like a fun little thing you can do. And it didn't always have to be a loss. It could be, if you knew your week was intense, you could say, okay, well, I will gain a pound, but not more. And it was just really fun. And the Weight Watchers app has challenges too. If you look, I forgot where exactly it is, but it'll be like a challenge, a weekend warrior challenge, where you track breakfast, lunch, and dinner during the weekend, and you get a nice little charm or a badge for it. And then for like the work week, you can track your foods, and you get like a badge for that. So these challenges are really fun. They really helped me keep me accountable. Now, if challenges aren't your thing, if it's gonna upset you that you didn't meet your goal that you set for the challenge, if it's gonna have you in tears, if it's an added stress, then don't do it at all. But if you're just going into it as like a fun little thing, then definitely start small. Start with just write it down, like minus 1 pound this week. And if you don't hit it, if that's gonna really hurt you or affect you, then I suggest don't do it. But you know, if you're fine with it, then go for it. My third tip is to treat yourself for every 5 pounds lost. It can be for less or more. but I usually went by 5 pounds, and I would treat myself. You can definitely treat yourself with food. People say you can't. I don't believe that one bit. Yes, you can treat yourself with food. You can be like, okay, you know what? For every 5 pounds I lose, I'm gonna go to Starbucks and have just a regular drink, nothing skinny, nothing hacked, but just a regular drink. Or you could say, you know what? I'll have a bear bells on every time I lose 5 pounds. I'll have a bear bell. You can treat yourself with food like that. I was treating myself with food every Friday after class, a pizza and a cake and those mac and cheese bowls from Domino's. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. So maybe don't treat yourself like that, but something regular like, okay, a hot chocolate, I'll have that. So what I would do is I would get one of these Alex and Ani bracelets for every 5 pounds I lost. See, they're so cute. I would get one of these for every 5 pounds. And it's like, I would look forward to losing these 5 pounds because I would be getting one of these bracelets. I stopped doing that because TJ Maxx stopped selling them, and these are really expensive. So that's why I stopped doing that. But you can do things like that. Or like every 5 pounds lost, I'll get a haircut, or I'll get a pedicure. But you see where I'm going with this. Reward yourself with every 5 pounds lost. Okay. Was that my second or my third tip? I don't remember. I think that was my third. Yes, that was my third tip. So my fourth tip, maybe 5 was ambitious. 5 was too much. But my fourth tip is to publicize everything. And I know that this can get really daunting and it's scary because you kind of don't want to. Odds are this isn't your first weight loss rodeo, and people are gonna be like, oh, she's back at it again, trying to lose this weight again. Let's see how long she lasts now. A week. You know, you don't want to get comments like that, or you're scared, or you don't want people to know until you've lost like a good certain amount of weight. Can you hear my stomach rumbling? It's snack time. And I get that, but also when you put it all out there, like either on social media or you just announce it, it really holds you accountable, because now it's like, okay, I have to post my weigh-in every Saturday. Even if I post something else, like I have to post my weigh-in to everyone. And there are people like not depending on me. I don't know if these people even care, but it's like I have to post it. And I have to, and you know, you can post your meals if you want, you can post your workouts, you can post whatever you want. Just get it all out there. And now it's like, once it's out there, it's like, okay, now I'm being held accountable. Now I'm really being held accountable, and now I have to show up and put in the work. So whatever it is. So as soon as I started like really posting my weight every Saturday, it's like, and then I post, my stomach's really growling. Sometimes I post what I eat, what I'm working every day. Whenever I do my workouts, like for my Amazon Halo, I'll post my workouts, how many calories I lost, what workout I did, blah, 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 all that information. Like I post that every time I do a workout, and I feel accountable, and I have people like reacting with like little claps or like little hearts and stuff. So it's like they see it, and I feel accountable to them, and I feel like I can't let them down. I'll let myself down any day, but these people, I can't let them down. So definitely, like, well, if you want and if you feel like it would help, definitely publicize yourself out there through social media, however you choose. And it doesn't have to be every single thing. Like for me, again, I mostly do my weight and my workouts, you know, because I feel accountable. And sometimes if I'm eating something cool, I'll post that. But you can choose whatever it is. For you, it can be like what I eat in a day, and everything you eat that day. You can post it if you want. Again, that's up to you. You choose what you want to do, but that really helped me. And this video is so long, but my fifth and final tip is to eat the foods you like. Not the foods I like, not the foods your leader likes, not the food the community likes and is a cult favorite, the foods you like. For the longest time, I thought Weight Watchers were trying to poison me because they would suggest things like powdered peanut butter, and the whole room, the whole meeting would go wild, like, oh my gosh, powdered peanut butter. And I'm sitting here like, are you crazy or am I crazy? Because I don't like powdered peanut butter at all. I would much rather fork over the 3 points for a tablespoon of regular peanut butter. And that's the thing. My leader would say, if it feels too good to be true, you're doing it right. She would also say, when you're in the desert long enough, you're going to eat this food. But that's the thing, you shouldn't feel like you're in the desert. You shouldn't feel like you're starving or anything. Eat the foods that you like to eat. You don't have to eat the 2-point bread. Eat the bread you like. If that's a 6-point bread, work it into your day. And as long as you love it, then you'll do it. Because then you're not feeling like you're on a diet, and you're going to actually find yourself losing more weight. The weeks that I lost the best weight was the weeks that I was eating the foods that I liked to eat. I always say this, like, if you weren't eating diet or sugar-free before Weight Watchers, now is not the time to start. I don't think so. But yeah, those are my tips. And those are my tips. I don't want this to go any longer than it has. If you have any questions, let me know. Let me know your tips. Maybe I'll do more. But these were definitely the five things that really, really helped me. At least I hope there were 5. I lost train of thought. I lost count a number of times. But yeah, hopefully they help. Let me know if you've tried anything, or if you want to try anything, or what your own tips are. All right. So I will see you. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow, because I want to do a weigh-in result video. But thank you for watching this, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. Bye.